months of trouble in the end. The tears on your face, the sight of you walking away, and the memories drop and ring like bombs in my head. And I don't know if I could have done more, and I don't know if it was my fault or yours. So I'm still fighting after the war. My phone in the night could start the war again. Pull the trigger, press send and go. Catch a plane before sunset, kneel down and say come back. Say baby I was wrong, I need you home. But I don't know.
So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. We're down here at the woodshed. And we're going to put a quick and dirty floor in the woodshed. I've been using those pallets and they just don't work out. Now the one that I just took out of there was actually still in pretty good shape. That was a real big one, like a 5x12 that I cut down. But in the other two bays, I had regular pallets. And I tell you, they only last about a year, year and a half, and you start breaking through them when you're walking, and I just don't like them. So we're going to put a good floor in here. Nothing fancy, not going to spend a lot of time on it, but it'll work out much better. I've got some lumber here that I sawed out of some lower grade logs. It's actually not too bad, but I got some red oak and some soft maple. I sawed most of it at 1.5 inches thick, and then I'll put some runners on the bottom. I'll use some 3-inch thick material for that. It worked out good pulling that pallet out of there. I thought when I came down here I was going to go back up and get a rake to try to, get the debris out of there and smooth it up a little bit. But when I pulled that pallet out there, it got her shined up pretty nice. All right, this is going to make a quality floor in the woodshed. I'm using the maple first in the back. I've got 3 more pieces of that. That'll get me out to here. And we'll finish it out with red oak. I put 3-inch thick material as stringers, 8-footer on this side, 8-footer on that side, and I'm just throwing a couple short pieces in the middle for more support. I'm using the, I forget what these are called, Fasten Master headlock. These are fantastic. They're not cheap, which is why I just put one in the middle, but I'm putting 2 on each side, and you know, right into red oak. That is impressive right there. But I buy these in bulk. I got a bunch of them. I figure if you got a sawmill and a bunch of these, you'll always be able to make something. By the way, I built this woodshed, I don't know, probably 3 years ago. Most of it is out of red pine that came from here on the property. These 2x6s, this was store-bought. I had this left over, I don't know how, I must have ordered something wrong, but left over framing the inside of the building. So I used these up here, but everything else is the red pine. Holds up really well, actually. I just butted these boards up together, and I knew that they would shrink a little bit when they dried. I did that on purpose for some airflow. I probably could have spaced them, you know, a little bit, but leaving this open back here, having it open underneath these, that little bit right here, I think you get plenty of airflow in here. But anyway, right now, I need to run up to the house. The hunt man is ready to go somewhere. We haven't done that yet today. And we'll come back down here and get this finished up. Alright, that is a quality floor right there. Next time I'm running the sawmill, I'll cut a piece, you know, like 6 inches wide for the end here, 1.5 inches thick. But that's a world of difference from walking on those pallets. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Very nice. So I got 3 different sizes of these. I use 2 7/8 on these ones because I was going through 1.5 inch material, but I really like these. Next up, we need to load up some firewood. I'm about out up at the building. All right, that should do us for a couple days. All right, so it is later on in the evening. I came over here to start editing this video, and I realized I never actually finished the video, which is a good thing because I have a few things I wanted to say before I wrap this up. Number one, I want to thank everyone for all the support for Pete. That's Nuts 319. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the last video I published, I went over it. You can go back and watch it. But my friend Pete, he's the YouTube channel Nuts 319. He got smashed up pretty bad last Wednesday, in a logging accident. And I mean, he got smashed up bad. And there was a GoFundMe, and I shared that information. And I said that you could help out one of 3 different ways, or all 3 ways if you want. You could say a prayer. You could go check out some of Pete's videos, Nuts 319, subscribe to his channel. And if you're able to, you could make a donation to the GoFundMe. And so many of you did all 3. And I appreciate it, and I know he does as well. It's unbelievable. It really was. Just, everybody talks about this community. You know what I mean? The whole YouTube thing. And all of you that watch the videos. And it's pretty cool. It really is. What else did I want to say? Our newsletter. Don't forget, go to our website, outdoorswiththemorgans.com. As soon as the website comes up, there will be a pop-up screen, and you just enter your email, hit submit, I think it is, and you will be signed up for our newsletter. Also, I don't know why this happens. I have no idea. But in the last week, I've probably seen 20 people comment saying they were a subscriber to our channel and YouTube unsubscribed them. I don't know why that happens, but it's an actual thing. I think they go through and they think they're cleaning up accounts that aren't real people, but they're affecting a lot of real people. So anyway, if you are a subscriber, double check. If you're not and you want to, hit the subscribe button. And enough of all that. Next week, the weather looks fantastic. Tomorrow, disaster. I mean, rain, ice, maybe some snow Wednesday, but we're supposed to get a power rain tomorrow. It's just going to be a washout. So the rest of the week's probably not going to be real good, but next week, it's right up my alley. I mean, it's going to be 23, 24 degrees during the day, down into the low teens at night. Everything will be froze up nice. And when it does that, you can go pretty much anywhere you want and do anything you want without making a big mess and dragging mud all over the place. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be next week. And by then, we're well into the middle of January, actually a little bit past that. And yeah, that's good. I'm not saying I'm ready for spring yet, because I'm not. I would just like to see it freeze up for a little bit. That's what I'd like to see. But I think that's about it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to mention. Oh, there is. We've got a serious coyote problem here. I've mentioned before, those buggers, what they'll do, you won't see them for months or hear them or anything, and then they just come around, and they're like everywhere. I get almost daily, I'm getting pictures on the trail cam or video out there in the field. We're hearing them at night. They're everywhere. And last night, I don't know what happened. I don't know how this all went down, but Jinx, our cat, was outside. I was already asleep, and Eva heard the cat going crazy. And Jinx can hold her own, the cat. I mean, she's a scrapper, and not much gets her worked up. So Eva runs out on the deck, and there's what's left of the little dogwood tree, and the cat was way at the top of the tree and carrying on. So something chased her up there. And like I said, normally she doesn't get too excited. I don't know if it was one of the coyotes, but between them and the fox, there's two foxes running together out there. And I've had people tell me that if you see foxes, you won't see coyotes, or vice versa. Not true at all. I have pictures of fox on the trail camera, and not 10 minutes later, coyote, or two of them, and then later on, more fox. So they're everywhere. But like I said, the coyotes will just show up here. They must like hunt an area, you know, for a couple weeks or a month, and then they move on. And, you know, they might be a couple miles from here for a while. I'm not sure, but they seem to be everywhere right now. I'd like to get into a little bit of predator hunting. Right now would be the time. Next week would be the time when it's nice and cold. I've got everything I need. I just have, I never really pursued it, but I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think that's about it for today's video. I appreciate you all being here. Once again, thanks for all the support for Pete, and thanks for all the support for our channel. We really appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next one.